There's this curious thing about success. Everyone wants it. Everyone seeks it. But only a handful actually seem to find it. Why is that? Why do some people, no matter what they do, always seem to have success follow them like an eager shadow, while others feel like they're endlessly chasing it, never getting close enough to grasp it? This is what we're going to discuss today. Instead of spending your life running after, what's your success? You became the person who simply the kind of person who, by virtue of who they are, what they do, and how they think naturally post success into their orbit. Imagine what that would mean for you. Not having to hustle endlessly for every inch, not having to wear yourself out with every new opportunity, not having to run with desperation towards the promise of a better life. Imagine success coming to you, almost like it's drawn to you, because of who you've become now. Let me tell you, this is not just a fantasy. It's not a fairy tale. It's not luck. It's a way of living, a way of being. Today I want to talk about a few key ideas that, when applied, can transform you into that person. The person who naturally attracts success in every area of life. The first thing we need to recognize is that the success is not it's something you attract by the person you become. You might have heard me say that before, but do you understand what it really means? It means that success is not out there, hiding somewhere. Play hard to get success as an outcome, a result of the things you do, and more importantly, the kind of person you become. So if we want to become the type A person who attracts success, we need to look inward first, not out. You see, people often think that they need more skills or more connections or more opportunities. But the truth is, the foundation for all of that, the bedrock on which everything else is built, is who you are on the inside. It's the kind of character you have, the values you live by, the habits you nurture, and the thoughts you allow to occupy your mind. It's how you handle yourself when things go wrong. It's how you behave when no one's watching. Success is not really connections, or even hard work alone. Success is attracted to consistency, integrity, and think about it this way. Success loves skip. It loves persistence. It loves resilience. You could be the most talented person in the room, but if you aren't consistent, if you're not willing to do what's necessary every single day, talent will never be enough. On the other hand, someone with average skills but exceptional skip, they're the ones who keep moving forward while everyone else falls behind. Success is like a magnet, but that magnet only becomes what time is powerful when you build what certain qualities within yourself. One of those qualities is integrity. Integrity is doing the right thing when no one is watching, is following through on your prom, not just to others, but to yourself. How often do we let ourselves down by breaking promises we made to ourselves? We say we'll wake up early, but we hit the snooze button. We say we'll make those sales calls, but we procrastinate. Every time we break a prom, how much to ourselves? We lose the magnetism that attract. Let me give you an example. If you look at anyone who's truly successful, whether it's in business, sports, or anything else, you'll find that they're obsessed with the process of what they do. A great musician doesn't just love performing. They love practicing scales in a quiet room. A successful entrepreneur doesn't just love the money their business. They love solving problems, even the little ones that no one else not. The process is what shapes you. The process is what transforms you into the person who can naturally attract the outcomes you want. And if you're struggling right now, if you feel like my success is eluding you, I'll tell you this. Focus on falling in love with the process. Fall in love with the boring parts, the hard parts, the parts no one else sees. Because when you do that, something magical, you stop worrying so much about the end result, and you start focusing on getting better. You start focusing on being better today than you were yesterday. And when you do that consistently, success has no choice but to come knocking at your another key to becoming the kind of person who attract. You've probably heard me say before that you're the average of the. Can you spend the most time with? Well, I'll tell you, that couldn't be more true. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on who you become. If you surround yourself with people who are lazy, negative, and always making excuses, guess what? You'll start to become like them. But if you surround yourself with people who are driven, positive, and always pushing themselves to get better, you'll start to rise to their level. The truth is, you need to create an environment that supports your growth. And that might mean making some hard choices. It might mean distancing yourself from people who are holding you back. It might mean finding new friends who inspire you. It might mean changing your routine. Change in the places you spend your time. Even changing the books you read and the information you consume. Your environment is like the soil you get yourself in. If the soil is rich and fertile, you'll grow. But if the soil is toxic and full of weed, you'll struggle to survive. Now, you might be thinking, Jim, I can't just change my environment overnight. And you're right, it takes time. But you can start small. You can start by spending a little more time with people who lift you up and a little less time with those who drag you down. You can start by turning off the negative news and reading something that inspires you instead. You can start by creating small habits that support your growth, like waking up early, exercising, or spending time each day learning something new. These small changes add up over time, and they create an environment that attracts success. And let's not forget it about one of the most important things. Does all attitude, the way you think and the way you see the world, has a huge impact on your ability to attract black success. I met people who seem to have everything going for them. They have talent, skills, opportunities, but they never seem to succeed. And it's because their attitude holds them back. They're always complaining, always finding reasons why things won't work, always focusing on what's wrong instead of what's possible. On the other hand, I've met people who, on the surface, seem to have every reason. They had tough lives. They face setback after setback. They don't have a lot of resources, but they're succeeding anyway. Why? Because of their attitude. They see challenges as opportunities. They say failure as feedback. They see setbacks as a chance to learn and grow. And that kind of attitude is magnetic. It attracts the right people, the right opportunities, and the right kind. And let me tell you, this is not about being perfect. It's not about never making mistakes or never having a bad day or never feeling discouraged. We're all human. We all stumble. We all fall. But the key is to get back up. The key is to keep moving forward, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it. Because every time you get back up, every time you take another step, you're becoming stronger. You're becoming more resilient. You're becoming the kind of person who There's something truly powerful about the simple act of getting back up when you fall. Think about it. Every time you rise after a setback, you're adding another layer to your character. You're adding another layer of styrke, of determination, of resolve. Success is not about the absence of failure. It's about your response to it. Every successful person has had moments of failure, moments of doubt, moments when it seemed like everything was going wrong. But those moments are what made them stronger. Those moments are what shape them into people who naturally attract success. When you fail, You have two choices. You can give in, let the failure define you, and let it determine your future. Or you can choose to see it as part of the journey, as part of the process of growth. And when you see failure as an opportunity to learn, to adjust, and to grow, you're shifting your mind in a way that next success. Because here's the thing. Success is not attracted to those who give up easily. It's attracted to those who pairs. Is attracted to those who have the courage just to keep going, no matter how tough things get. Now, persistence doesn't mean blindly doing the same thing over. It means having the flexibility to learn from your mistakes, to adjust your approach, to keep moving forward. Sometimes it means pivot, changing direction, or finding a new way to solve a problem. It means being willing to be uncomfortable, do try new things, and to take risks. And every time you do that, you're growing, you're expanding your comfort zone. You're becoming more capable, more adaptable, and more attractive to success. Let me share a story with you. It's a story about a man who had a dream, a big, bold dream to start his own business. He worked tirelessly, putting in long hours, sacrificing, and pouring his heart and soul into his idea, but things didn't go as planned. He faced it back after setback. Investors turned them down. Suppliers failed them. Customers didn't show up. He was at the point of giving up, feeling like he had failed, but instead of giving up, he decided to take a step back and learn. He asked himself, ask questions. What was he missing? What could he do differently? He reached out to, read books, attended seminars, and kept pushing forward. Slowly but surely, things started to change. He adapted. He pivoted. Any group, today he runs a thriving business, and when people ask him how he did it, he says it wasn't talent or luck that it was persist. It was the ability to get back up every time he fell. It was the willingness to keep going, even when success seemed miles away. The story is not unique. The story of every successful person, it's the story of people who used to give up, who refused to let failure define them, and who choose to keep growing no matter what. And that's the kind of person who attract, the kind of person who doesn't just wait for things to happen, but makes them happen by the way they live, by the way they think, and by the way they show up every single day. These are the individuals who understand that every setback, every obstacle, every moment of doubt is simply a chapter in their story, not the end. They treat life as an opportunity to continually evolve, to refine their skills, to improve themselves, and to build something of real value. The truth is, you don't attract success by sitting on the sidelines or waiting for conditions to be perfect. You attract success by being in the game, taking risks, and being willing to fail in order to grow. I want you to think about the people you admire most. Whether it's a famous athlete, an entrepreneur, an artist, or someone you know personally. What do they all have in common? They didn't reach success. They didn't sit back and wait for things to come to them. They took initiative, they set goals, they obstacles, and never lost sight of they understood that success is not something that happens. It requires persistence, dedication, and the willingness to endure discomfort. But most importantly, it requires taking responsibility for their own growth. You see, the real difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not talent, resources. It's the commitment to showing up every single day. It's the relentless pursuit of improvement in the unyielding belief that they have the power to shape their own. Every successful person has faced moments where they could have given where the challenges seemed insurmountable, but they chose what's a persevere, and that persevere became their superpower. Imagine for a moment what your life could look like if you decided to commit fully to become the best version of yourself. What if you treated every failure, adolescent? What if you chose to see every "how's the goal" as an opportunity to become stronger? What if, instead of shying away from challenges, you embrace them as the catalyst for your growth? This is not just about attracting success. This is about creating a life that is rich in meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. The truth is, success is drawn to those who are willing to do the hard work, not just in their careers, but on them. It's attracted to people who are not afraid to confront their weaknesses, who are not afraid to be vulnerable, and who are committed to becoming better every day. And when you become that person, success has no choice but to be drawn. It might not happen immediately. It might not happen in the way you expect, but it will happen because you will have created the conditions for it to thrive. So ask yourself, are you willing to take ownership of your journey? Are you willing to look honestly at where you need to grow? And are you ready to make the changes necessary to become the person you need to be? Because it's that level of honesty, that level of commitment, that ultimately separates those who are successful from those who are not. It's about being proactive, not reactive. It's about taking action before you feel ready, because true growth lies on the other side of your comfort. And I get it. Sometimes it's easier said than done. Life will throw curveballs at you. Disappointments and days when it feels like nothing is working. But remember this, every time you get back up, every time you take another step forward, you're making progress. You're sending a message to yourself and to the world that you are not someone who gives up easily. You are someone who is willing to fight for what they want. Someone who is determined to create a better future for themselves. Regardless of the challenges they face, the journey to success is not a straight line. It's filled with ups and downs, moments of joy, in moments of struggle. But what makes it worth it is the person you become along the way. You become stronger, wiser, more compassionate, and more resilient, and those are qualities that are far more valuable than any external marker of success. They are the qualities that make you unstoppable, that make you magnetic to the kind of success that is lasting and meaningful. So as you move forward from today, I encourage you to embrace the process. Take action. Even when it feels uncertain, keep your promise. What does to yourself? Even when no one is watching, surround yourself with people who inspire you and be someone who inspires others. Focus on becoming the kind of person who is worthy of success, not just in what you achieve, but in who you are, how you live, and how you treat others. And remember, success is not a destination. It's not something you arrive at one day, and then everything is perfect. Success is a byproduct of the choices you make every single day, is the result of showing up, of giving your best effort, refusing to give up no matter how many times and when you live that way, when you embody those principles, success won't be something you chase. It will be something that finds you naturally. Thank you for being here. And thank you for your commitment to becoming the person who attracts success. Keep growing, keep striving, and keep believing in the power you have to shape your own future. As we wrap up today, I want to leave you with a challenge to look at yourself honestly, to see where you can grow, where you can improve, and where you can become better. A challenge to start making small changes that will add up over time. A challenge to keep your listen to yourself, to focus on the process wisely, and to keep a positive attitude no matter what comes your way. I also want to challenge you to embrace persist. Roadblocks, but is stepping stones. To see every failure as an opportunity to learn and grow. Because when you do that, you're becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts the kind of person who doesn't need to chase after it. Because it's already on its way to them. The truth is, success is not something, it's something you attract by the person you become. And I believe that each and every one of you has the potential to become that person. The person who naturally attracts success. Who lives a life of purpose, passion, and fulfillment. It starts with choice. It starts with a commitment. It starts with you. Make that choice today. Commit to becoming the best version of yourself. Commit to showing up every day, even when it's hard. Commit to growing, to learning, and to embracing the process, and watch a success in all its forms starts to be drawn, not because you chased it, but because you became the kind of person who simply couldn't help but attract it. And here's something else to remember. The people you look up to, the people you admire, weren't always the strong, successful individuals you see today. They started just like you. They faced due. They had fear. They made mistakes, but they decided that no matter what happened, they wouldn't let their fears or their setbacks hold them back. They decided to keep going. And every day, they made the choice to rise again, to improve themselves, to get a little bit better. It's easy to look at successful people and assume they had it all figured out from the start. But the truth is, they went through their fair share of struggles. They faced adversity. They lost battles. They had moments of confusion and uncertainty. The only difference between them and those who never reach their goals is that they chose to persevere. They chose to believe in themselves when no one else did. They chose to get back up, play single. Life knocked them down. And that's the choice you have in front of you right now. Life will continue to throw challenges your way. There will be times when you doubt your abilities. Is times when it feels like the universe is testing you. In those moments, remember that every successful person once stood where you are now. The only way to achieve success is to keep moving forward, even when it feels impossible. There's a saying I left, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. It means that true resilience is shown not when things are easy, but when things get hard. It's easy to stay committed when everything is going well. But what will you do when times get tough? That's when your true character is forged. That's when the seeds you're successful plant. Will you let setbacks derail you? Or will you use them as fuel to become stronger? Every time you faced a setback, you have an opportunity to prove to yourself what you're made. You have an opportunity to show yourself that you're stronger than you think, more resilient than you know, and more capable than you've ever. Each time you rise, you send a powerful message. Do yourself to those around you and to the world that you are not someone who gives up. Yes, you are a fighter. You are someone who is committed to their goals, no matter what. Imagine how powerful that mindset can be. Imagine what kind of energy that creates in your life. When you become someone who refuses to give up, someone who is relentless in their pursuit of growth, you start to radiate a different kind of energy. You become someone who inspires others, who draws people in, who attracts opportunities that align with your. People want to be around that kind of energy. They want to work with you, support you, and help you succeed. And it's not just about attracting people and opportune, it's also about transforming how you see yourself. When you become someone who consistently rises after setback, you start to see yourself differently. You begin to see yourself as someone who is capable of achieving great things, someone who is worthy of success. And that belief in yourself is crucial because the world will often try to tell you there will always be doubt. What's naysayers? People who try to bring you down. But when you have unwavering belief in yourself, no one can take that away from you. I want you to take a moment right now. What to think about? The challenges you faced in your life. Think about the times you got back up. When it would have been easier to stay down, think about the strength you showed in those moments. That strength is still within you. It's a part of who you are. And every time you choose to strength grow, every time you faced adversity with courage, you're building the foundation station for future success. It's not about never falling. It's about always getting back up. It's about using every setback as a stepping stone. It's about seeing every challenge as an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become better. The road to success is not a straight line. It's filled with twists and turns, with ups and downs, but those who succeed are the ones who keep moving forward no matter what. So today, I want you to make a promise to yourself. Promise yourself that you will keep going no matter what. Promise yourself that you will not let set define. Promise yourself that you will keep growing when keep striving and keep believing in your ability to. You have everything you need within you to create the. You are capable, you are resilient, and you are worthy of. The journey won't always be. There will be times when you feel like giving up. But in those moments, I want you to remember why. Remember the dreams you have, the goals you want to achieve, and the person you want to be. Let those dreams drive you. Let those goals inspire you to keep moving forward. And most importantly, believe in yourself. Believe in your ability to create the life you want. Believe that you have the power to shape your own destiny. Because you do, success is not something reserved for a Sealy. It's available to anyone who's willing to put in the work, to stay committed, and to never give up, to go out there and make it happen. Be real. Be courageous. Be the kind of person who attracts success by the way they live, by the way they think, and by the way they show up every single day. And remember, you are stronger, more capable, and more powerful than you know. Success is waiting for you. All you have to do is rise to meet it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your commitment. And thank you for believing in the power you have to shape your own. Keep going. Keep striving. And keep becoming the best version of yourself. Success is not something you chase. It's something you attract by the person you. So become that person